All right then. So last time we time traveled without me ever noticing. And now we're in a spooky graveyard trying to get a wand. We need to travel back to our current time. Honestly, after the fairy grounds, nothing phases me anymore.
Here we go. Here goes.
Oh, hey.
I'll give it my...
I did say I wanted an undead type, so here we go.
Are you ready? We did it.
Suggestions. Zombo, that is perfect. Yes, you're a Zombozo. In fact, let me double back. I think I might get him. Okay. Hmm. He actually gets a bonus with these guys, so I think... You know what? He's already got a caster with our sprite, so... Newt has to go on the bench for a while. Hmm. Door's rusted shut, but it doesn't look like I'm expected to get past it.
We're under attack. Here goes.
What can I say? It's a gift.
I think he's at a high enough level now. I gotta check. Yeah. No, not a jumbo. He just needs a normal star drop. And yeah, he's ready to upgrade. The bad news is he's going to be a lot weaker for a while, but he should quickly level up over the next few fights. Oh, and... There we go. Just put that trick on so it's ready. Okay, we can cast Bridge here. Wrong button. Wrong button again. Oh no, we're not making a bridge, we're repairing, so... Rejuvenate. I just realized Swain is holding 2 level 1 creatures, so this low-level creature, so that might be a little troubling for a while.
What can I say? It's a gift.
The good news is, yeah, they'll get a bunch of levels every fight. That should help get them up to speed. And spread the healing around a bit. Huh. And where do you think you're going? You could speak. I'm very observant of you, boy. Now let's have a look at you. Oh dear me. It would seem you are alive and well. This will not do. This will not do at all. Cannot let you pass. We have no heartbeats here. This area is strictly corpses only. Really? If we won't cause any trouble, honestly, we won't. Just let us pass, Mr. Skeleton. Over my live body, the only way you're getting past me is dead, just like everyone else. Is that clear? Only let us pass if we're dead? That's asking kind of a lot, you know. Think just because we're dead, we have no principles? No code of conduct to die by? As long as you breathe, you're barred. Live with it. What are you going to do? Oh, do as the man says, isn't it? Time for a spot of dying, I reckon. Huh? You don't mean you want us to... I'll be deaf on. I'm not asking you to actually die. Just pretend like it ain't that hard. Pretend to be dead, but how? Magic, of course. Now get a spell book of yours and find us a spell that lets you pretend you're dead. Really? A spell for that? Actually? Let me look. We might have that already. I'm pretty sure we have that already. Creates a poison apple that induces a death-like state when eaten. And it's what they want us to do. Hmm? What's among them? They're dead. Dead! Come here quick. Fresh corpses, boys. The first in years. Oliver, wake up. Hey, it looks like we made it. Made it into another graveyard, at least. So does this mean... Wakey, wakey. Risen already, I see. Whoa, what's that? I'm your new friend. We're all friends now. Lucky you. Thanks. Now, to commemorate this happy event of your death, allow me to present you with this key. Here you are. Naturally, it would be a skeleton key. I don't know why I would expect it to be anything else. What's this? Glad you asked. You see, here on the Tombstone Trail, we don't think you have to stop having fun just because you're dead. That's why we're currently in the process of building a magnificent casino. As soon as it opens, you can use that key to let yourself in and start enjoying the millionaire death style. Casino. You know, they're underage, right? Oh, hi, Alden. And again, in fact, Swain might be the only one here who's not a kid. Just saying. That's right. Place where the deserting dead can go when they want to die a little. It'll take us a few decades to build, but decades, and we're going forward in the future anyway, so it'll be fine. But the wait will be worth it. A few decades. Well, there's no rush, is there? We're all dead after all. I guess so. Gotta save one for a corpse animated by arcane magics from the dark beyond. That skeleton is proper friendly. Yeah, I'm guessing you save scum the crap out of it, right? We're going to want to get in some extra fights. We've got a lot of people at low level still.
You guys. Here
Okay, things went a little ugly for a moment. In fact, here, I'll just take her over directly. Get the Griffin out. And finish the fight.
Nice work.
Well, right now I have her set to heal. The idea is if I really, really need the Griffin out in a pinch, I just take control of her directly. Alternatively, if I really wanted to, I could take Griffey and put him on someone else. Also, I finally got a zombie. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it... I mean... Technically, she's the one who gets a bonus on him, but he's so ridiculous, I guess it doesn't matter much. I can always swap him for the other caster, and there you go. This is also useful because Swain has 2 low-level guys. He could use a powerhouse right now. I can always switch it back later.
Ready?
Oh, there's something... Oh, there it is. Blackblade. Doesn't sound too useful for here. Could be useful later, though. Okay, that's a bit bad. Fortunately, we have a simple answer for this. No more curse. Can I spring this lock? No, I need Mornstar to do that. Wait, did I? No. Thought I saw a second chest. Oh, it's an enemy. Okay. What's all this then? A little rundown shack, is it? Doesn't look like anybody's lived here for a long time. I'll do nicely then. Let's have a kip, shall we? You sure that's a good idea, Mr. Rippy? I mean, it looks kind of creepy. I guess we could rest here for a little while. Have you people never seen a horror movie? Alright. Cassin, do it, just like I told you. Okay. It's no good. Sorry, Gascon, I just can't do it. Arkisan, are you lying to me? What? I know you can do it. You're just pretending that you can't. No, I'm not pretending. You are. Why would you do something like that? I'm not pretending. I'm really not. Hey, you shouldn't pick on your little brother like that. I wasn't picking on him. I just want to know the truth. There's no need to be so pushy. I'm sure he'll be able to cast that spell before long. Don't you see? He can already cast that spell. He can cast loads of spells. Huh? He's always been able to, and now all of a sudden he's pretending that he can't. Why would he do that? Maybe he enjoys watching Father tell me off? I am somewhat worried that this game is going to... I'm told this game spikes wildly at a few points. I am afraid that'll happen. That's why, despite not wanting to lean on it too much, I put Griffey in the party and kept it in the whole time, so he'll level up, and if I need to, yes, the Griffin will see me power through. You really think that's it, Gascon? Eh? Marcuson hates seeing you get told off, but he'd hate being separated from you even more. What are you... Only those who are capable of becoming sages can ascend to the throne of Hamelin, isn't that right? How can you... What are you saying that for? Because Marcuson knows it too. He knows that if he were to show promise at a sage, if he showed himself worthy of being emperor, well, I don't need to tell you what would happen. That's why he keeps pretending to be no good at magic. How do you know all this? Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. All I can say is this isn't a situation I'd wish on anyone. Doesn't matter. I want Marcuson to become a powerful wizard. Won't you stop me helping that happen, no matter who you are? I know you won't. Hell, I wouldn't. Oh, hey, free item. Useful. So now are these big golem things we can't do anything about? How the heck this robot's taking a proper battering? Hey, you don't think robots have ghosts, do you? Well, if we don't go touching it, we won't get any robot spirits clanking after us. Come on, only boy, on we go. Oh. Okay. Found a save point.
Watch this! Here goes!
Can't do anything. There we go. Oh, hey. Yeah, they'll take out the other guy. Oh, we're keeping the wisp. Whisper makes sense. Can I? Yes, I can.
Here we go! Here goes!
Better luck next time.
I'll want to top everyone off myself in a moment. Okay. He's ready, but I'm pretty sure he's... Well, first things first. You'd need a jumbo, and it would be a star drop. Oh, he's actually ready. So let's see. I can make him fire or water, and the difference I'm seeing is he'll become resistant to the one I take, weak to the one I don't, and the big difference seems to be water gets better attack, fire gets better defense. Actually, let me think about this. It's only a difference of 4 points, so I guess it boils down to which do we prefer. You know what? I think we got a few fire users, but not much water, so we're going to go with this. Plus, better attack. The bad news is he's not going to be useful for a little while. Oh, that's pretty spiffy looking. We'll want to get into some fights to get that guy up to speed again.
Stay calm now. Here goes.
Oh god, he's hitting about as hard as Might is, despite being only level 1. So, we get a couple fights and this is going to get ridiculous.
We did it.
So, yeah, the Griffin is broken. Just me, or did it get a lot darker all of a sudden? I don't like the looks of this. I can't see where I'm going. It's too dark. Well, boy, use your head. You got the perfect spell for brightening things up a bit, ain't it? You're right. Wrong button. Where are you? Magic lamp. Also, while I'm thinking about it, I like that this thing actually still heals a decent amount despite how cheap it is. And it's like one of the first spells I learned.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes. We did it.
There we go. Hi there, buddy. If you pass through this cave, you'll find a mighty altar, or you have the platform blocked. They say that candlelight may open the way ahead, but I'm afraid I don't have a light. We do. You light the thing, not melt into a flipping puddle. Things up. Okay, so we can't fireball it. You know, it just occurred to me as I look at this spell list. It would have made perfect sense for this to be a dungeon where you need heavy use of Spirit Medium, but you don't. That's kind of a waste. Oh, they want me to use Magic Lamp. That's weird. And it looks like we have to go this way, because I see another one up ahead. Egg roll. That's funny.
We did it!
Okay, let's see if the zombie is ready to go yet. Oh, I can't. I don't have any star drops for him. We'll have to keep that in mind for later. We want to go this way. Wrong button. Everyone's still leveling quickly, so we want to keep picking fights for that.
King, you lot.
Here we go!
Ready?
Neo!
There we go. You needed a star drop. Looks like he's really kind of a... Yeah, he's good magic defense. I should see about... You know, let's feed him for that. He's already got inborn physical resistance because he's undead. Let's throw in some magic resistance for good measure. And he's all... Oh, Zombotswain. That is funny. So we're set to have him evolve already, which was quick. And don't forget to set his tricks after you evolve him. Past block buffer, no amount of pushing and shoving us through here. There's some sort of trick of it, or does it seem a bit far-fetched? That might be something that unlocks once we've lit up enough candles. Yep.
We're under attack! Here goes!
Yeah, sure, we'll take the egg roll.
I'll give it my all! Are you ready? We did it!
Yeah, so he'll quickly level up. He'll probably catch up to where he was originally fast enough. Roll it. You know what? Roland is the perfect name. Actually, you know what? Because we have so many, we might as well use up some of these loaves. They're no useful in a fight because they heal so little. Oh, yeah. I forgot. We don't want physical because everyone here's resistance to it, so 55. Yeah. Give him the fire blade. You know what? I should give this to you. You're only losing 2 defense, and the ability to reflect damage is just nice. Well, I'll give the extra defense to you. Now I'm just annoyed. This wears off eventually, right?
Here goes nothing.
Okay, it looks like it wore off.
We won!
Did this? No, it didn't open yet. We should go back. Oh, it looks like we missed one.
We're under attack! Here goes!
Girl Fiend. That's a name.
Nice work!
Okay, that's good, because that's a refill on HP and MP. Seriously? We'll just go with it. It looks like it wears off on its own, so just survive the next fight. We're fine. Hmm. Yeah, okay, it wore off just as we got into this fight, so that's good.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes!
Ready?
We won!
Hmm. Actually, yeah, this would be the room for him. Oops.
Stay calm now! Here goes!
Oh, this is good. He finally did it. Free group heal. Unfortunately, I had already kicked the bucket, so nobody cares.
Allow me. Ready?
That said, I can probably just finish up with the Griffin here.
Leave it to me.
We'll take a second zombie, but we have no need for a third. Okay, it left.
Easy.
Ziggy.
Here we go! Here goes!
Yeah, the Griffin's already just as good as he was, if not better.
No slacking, you lot.
Okay, this is getting ugly because we got cursed right beforehand. That helps.
Nice work.
Okay, that was everyone. Feel it shaking just now? And what about all that noise from over by the other side? Yeah, my lantern rattled one. Hold on, my fairy senses tell me that we might be able to carry on up the path now, and my fairy senses never lie.
Here we go. Here goes.
It's fine.
Is that it?
There's a much needed level up.
We can do this. Here goes. We won.
Can I spring this lock? Yes, I can. Hmm. I think you can have that. Why not more attack on the thing that's already crazy? OP on attack. Oh, hey. A much needed save point. We're probably close to the boss then. Unless this dungeon is just that ridiculous. Oh, magic lamp wore off, but we're well out of where it's needed, so it doesn't matter. Okay, he's gonna catch up if I don't turn.
We're under attack. Here goes.
Oh, this just screams boss arena up ahead. If only I could have gotten this a couple days ago, it would have been good for Halloween. Oh well.
What's going on?
Candelabra Cadabra, that is a great name.
Great candle must be guardian monster.
Well then, I guess we're gonna have to prove we've got what it takes to get it. Everybody ready?
Just out of curiosity, what happens if I just go ahead and throw Arrow of Light at it? Oh, that hits like a truck. I'll gladly use my MP for this. What is it doing? Okay, it has 2 area attacks. Yeah, evil types that use a lot of darkness attacks are weak against light attacks. So just as well the Emperor gave you that spell in it. You know the one I'm about, don't you? Lighty one, yeah. Yeah, I've been casting Arrow of Light this whole time. You know what? Okay, Griffel's got inner strength off. That'll help. Whoa! Yeah, we're just going to use... Okay. Now I change back to myself so I can start doing Arrow of Light again. We're going to get cursed. I managed to defend. Oh, it missed me. Holy hell, this thing hits. Seriously, it's doing like 100 damage. Let me get that. Okay, get the dragon out because he's our heavy hitter. Now it's back to throwing. Oh, I am out of MP for Arrows of Light. Fortunately, what do I got for, we got a lot of strong coffee. Let's put it to use. And we'll give one to Asher so she can keep healing us. And then it's back to Arrows of Light on everyone. Actually, no, not yet. Okay, back to Arrows of Light. Yeah, I couldn't defend in time. We do have his health real low, though. Okay, let's throw on another strong coffee. Arrow of light. Because that thing hits. I'm blowing a lot of coffee on this, but considering how much damage it does, totally worth it. Okay, you know what? I've been trying not to, but we're using a Great Sage's secret on ourselves. Okay, start blasting this guy with arrows of light again. You know what? We're just going to keep up the arrows of light because he's near dead. Also, spells are not affected by blindness, which lets me keep the damage up. Bye-bye.
What can I say? It's a gift.
And that was enough to make almost everyone level up. Plenty of money, because I'm going to need to buy some coffee after this. Ooh, healing rain. I better put that on him.
Crikey! Back for more, is it? It doesn't know when to give up!
Look out!
Ah! Hey?
Huh?
Huh? Markazan!
Markison, dispel. Did you? Yes. Yeah, Markison, you got him. That was amazing. Thanks, Gascon. Markison, you saved us. Thank you. No, it was nothing. Now hurry. Let's get Mornstar. He's right, you know. Come on, Only Boy. Let's head for that altar, ain't it?
The legendary wand must be in here.
Huh? Look at that! What a beauty! It may be older than my mum, but it's still got a bucket load of oomph.
So this is the legendary wand. Mornstar.
You have done well.
Who are you?
I am one who guides the fate of this world. And yes, it was I who summoned you here to this time.
Huh?
I had scant choice but to bring you here, for in your time, Mornstar has been mislaid. For my boldness, you must accept my apologies. Know that countless trials lie ahead of you still. Steel yourselves and fix your sights upon your goal. Until the day when you finally arrive, I shall be
He's gone.
Oh, hey, they got the White Witch a little more involved in the plot here. Cool. We can now cast Breach Time. Once. But that's all we need. Breach Time, huh? I suppose the rumors about you lot coming from the future are true then. Never seen any masked wizards here in Hamlin before, though, have you, Marcusson? No, never. Well, let's head back to Hamlin for now, Oliver. We need to take princes back to their father. Yeah. You okay, Gascon? Oh, there's our easy exit. Oh, gotta do one other thing. No tricks. Finally, we have a group healing spell. That's going to be incredibly useful. This way was a dead end.
Here we go! Here go! We've won!
We should fix that. We just went through a dungeon and a boss, so the trip back should be relatively safe. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I kind of got to go out around here. Sorry, everyone, but this is where I say goodbye. It's time we went our separate ways. Huh? What are you talking about? Aren't you coming back to Hamlin with us? No, I'm not going back. Got my own journey to go on. Your own journey? Mean you're running away from home? Hey, look after yourself, alright? Here, you'd better take this. Father gave me that sword, but you're the one who should have it. It's the kind of sword a sage would wield. Sage like you'll be someday. Hey, don't cry. You don't need to be scared. If you ever get in trouble, I'll come and help you, I promise. Wherever you are, no matter how far away, I'll always be there for you if you need me. Wherever I am? Yes, I promise you. But if you're going to live up to this promise, I'm going to have to do some training of my own. As Father keeps saying, I need to find my own role in the Empire. I need to find out what I'm good at. Won't let him down. I refuse to be a disappointment. Alright, please come back soon. I'll be waiting for you. You do that, Marcuson. We'll meet again one day, you'll see. Wish you and your friends all the best as well, Oliver. Hope you make it back to your time. Thanks, Prince Gascon. Sure hope we meet again someday. Think you have to call me Prince anymore. Well, goodbye. Hey, wait. What is it? Really sure about this, Gascon? It's what I decided. I'll be better off watching Marcuson from afar, watching him become a sage. I don't change my mind once I made a decision. That's the Gascon way. The Gascon way? Well, it sounds like you're determined to be your own man. But I refuse to say goodbye. Let's just say until next time. Alright, until next time. In the future. In your time. See you then. Take care, Gascon. Gosh, that boy is really stubborn. Now, come on, Oliver. Let's head back to our time. Sure thing. That they're running from us. Okay, first things first, need a night at the inn. Okay there, Riley. I have a small dog staring at me right now. Excuse me a moment. Yes? Okay. Hi. Yes. Hello. You too. Here you go. Oh, okay, no petting. He just wants to lick my hand. Okay. You don't mind? I gotta get back to my stream now. Okay. Oh, or you can lick my hand more. That works too. Okay, little guy. Sorry, folks. The rest of my family is out right now, which means, if the dogs want a human, I'm the only one available. Technically, he's my sister's dog. He'd be curled up with her right now, except, yeah, I'm the only one around and he needs to be near a person, so. Hi! Okay, little guy. Okay. You're good now? You good now? You got to lick a hand? I'm petting you a bit? You just stay comfy there. The other one has surprisingly left my room. I don't know where Biscuit went. Probably back downstairs. Quite the music track for this town. Honestly, the soundtrack's pretty good across the board. Sound hiccuped for a moment. Wonder what that was about.
The Emperor!
Your Majesty!
Father!
But why? What happened?
Shadar.
Shadar?
Yes, he was here. He came to demand our unconditional surrender.
Huh?
But let it be known, I defied him. I would not bow to that wretch.
No, don't. Don't try to speak.
Gascon.
Huh?
My son. My beloved son.
Huh?
You really thought I couldn't tell?
You knew?
Your appearance may have changed, but I know my own flesh and blood. What the future holds is a mystery to all men. But I know that together, you and Marcussan can, I believe it, you protect the Empire, now and in the future.
Father! No! Father! Please! Father! I got to meet you again. And now this. I just wanted to make you proud. And now... this has to happen. Damn it!
Swain.
Several days later. I wonder what's taking Swain so long. Just can't believe that he's Gascon, heir to all of Hamlin. My mind's boggled beyond belief, man. Guess he didn't want us to know, huh? The last couple cutscenes had me thinking this way, so yeah, here we are. I suppose so. Won't be the same now. We know that he's a prince. Well, I'm going to act like I don't know. Me too. Unless Swain wants to talk about it, I'm not going to say a word. Oh, you don't need to worry about me, man. I'll have forgotten all about this in a bit. Couldn't remember if I want to, me. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's forgetting. Sorry to keep you waiting. Swain! Suppose it's time to go, but I need to say goodbye to Marcussan first. Alright. It's today that you're leaving, isn't it? Yes, Your Highness. Excuse me. Thank you for everything. No, I should be thanking you. Because of you, I was able to become my father's heir, and soon I'll formally inherit his title. Yeah, but the people of Hamlin are glad about that and all. I mean to give them a reason to be. I want them to know that they have nothing to fear from Shadar. Refuse to let him defeat us. I want Gascon to be able to come back to Hamlin whenever he likes, after all. Must keep the Emperor safe until he does so. You'll make a fine Emperor, Marcussan. Gascon would be proud of you. Hope so. He always believed in me, and I shall never stop believing that he will come back. Well, funny you mention that. You like it, Ollie boy. It's all the glow, man. You don't think? Must be. Marcussan's belief in his brother must be real strong. Sorry, Your Highness, there's someone who needs your help. Someone who needs some of the strength that's in your heart. My heart? Whoever are you talking about? Well, Your Highness, in the future, I mean in our time, a piece of your heart is missing. My future self? That's right. I need you to share some of your belief with him to help him get back to normal. My belief? Very well. I can hardly fuse my own future self a piece of my heart. Which means... oh, right. You have to talk before you could do this. Gladly share my heart. Come take it. Nobility, the noble certainty of unshakable faith. Thank you very much, Your Highness. No need to thank me. Now please give that belief to my future self. Before you go, Swain. Yes. When you return to your time, please give my regards to my future brother. I'll be sure to do that, Your Highness. Righto, Back to the Future it is. You know which spell you want. Don't you, Ollie boy? Reach time, innit? Roger, let's go everybody to the future. Oh! Hi, Kettlefish. And... Okay, I swear I heard of Pern, but I'm so sorry, I don't know. I'm probably not as familiar with it as I'd like to think. Here we go, breach time.
Okay, all together.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday, send us safely on our way.
Oliver's gone. They've all gone.
Excuse me. Did we make it? Huh? Aren't we still in the same place? No way, Mon. That's impossible. I know when a spell works, and that spell worked right and proper. We're back in our time, no doubt about it. Yeah, this place is different somehow. Swain? Made it back, that's all that matters. Now, isn't there someone we should be helping? Of course, come on, Oliver. Let's find Marcuson. Sure thing. Let's go give him his belief back. You know, funny thing about the fact that we're doing this, the game does make something of a deal about how you cannot borrow from the same person's heart. Oh. You know what? Yeah, I was going to mention that earlier about how, hey, we're taking a piece of his heart. What if that's what led to him becoming brokenhearted? But I don't know. The other thing I was about to say is that the game does make a deal about how you can't borrow from the same person's heart more than once. I don't know what it says about giving from the same heart you just took from. Get out of here, go. Be gone, I say. Poor lad's still brokenhearted. That's for definite. Shadow of his former self he is. Needs a dose of belief, and he needs it snappy. Come on, Mon. It's what his dad would have wanted. Cease your maddening chatter, fairy. My father died 15 years ago. Do not claim to know his will. So all that carry-on was 15 years ago, was it? And this poor lad's been his own ever since? There's tragic. Your Highness, we brought you something. A gift. It's from 15 years ago. We got it from, well, we got it from you. Anyway, if it's okay, we'd like you to have it back. What'd you say? What was the meaning of this? The other thing that I wanted to comment on is you only get to cast Bridge Time once, which conveniently means we don't have to worry about time travel as a continuing plot element or gameplay mechanic. We did the past thing, we don't have to worry about it anymore. What is this? This glow? What's happening? What is this warmth that spreads within my breast? What have I been doing? All this time I've been so misguided. It was Shadar, Your Highness. He took the belief from your heart. My heart? I believe? Wait, I believe in people once more. I want to believe in people. It's been so long since I felt this way. Does this mean that you saved me? Was it you who gave me active capacity to believe? Was, Your Highness. I did promise, didn't I? Promised I'd come and help you if you ever were in trouble, wherever you were, no matter how far away. Wherever I see! Now I see. You came back. I always knew that you would. Thank you. Really no need to thank me, Your Highness. Your Highness, we need your help. We want you to help us to defeat Shadar. You say? You mean to face Shadar? That is impossibly reckless. I am a great sage, and yet Shadar was able to enter my heart and take a piece of it with impunity. And yet I was saved, just as I was promised. Very well, I shall assist you. Together we will defeat the Dark Djinn. Shadar's days are numbered. Sure are. Thank you so much, Your Highness. I knew you wouldn't let us down. Heh, and that's why you're the Emperor, Marcuson.
Well, well. What are we to make of this? It seems the Savior managed to acquire Mornstar after all.
And somehow managed to travel back to the present. I would have thought that far beyond his meager power.
Indeed. The power to breach time can be used but once in a mortal's life, can it not?
It would seem that he has benefited from yet more assistance.
And that its benefactor possesses formidable powers.
Powers on a par with our own.
This supposed helper of his is no mere dabbler in the magical arts. Such powers recall those of that ancient king without whom our magic wands could not exist. Yes, I speak of my...
But that would be a truly terrifying proposition, if one such as he were to...
Fear not. Should the need arise, I shall take action myself.
Your Radiance, you mean to say...
I do. He cannot hope to defeat me. And I will tell you why.
Alright, everyone listen. In order to defeat Shadar, we must first break down his defenses. Now the Dark Djinn is protected by a magical barrier known as the Black Briar. Black Briar? Yes, it's a cloying magical barrier which no spell can permeate. Neither Rashad nor Alicia were able to overcome the Black Briar, and that's why Shadar was able to defeat them. And with the other great sages incapacitated, he was able to delve deep into my own heart and steal a piece of it. But now, Markison, oops, I mean your majesty, come along now, Asher. I once fought alongside you as a child. There's no need for you to use my royal title. Same goes for all of you. Sure, your majesty. Don't worry, Oliver. I'm sure you'll get used to it. Now, I would dearly love to accompany you on another journey, one where we grow strong together, strong enough to defeat Shadar, but protecting the Empire has to be my first priority. There's also a small matter of rectifying the many mistakes I made while broken-hearted. Comfort myself in the knowledge that you now possess a wand that should enable you to defeat Shadar without my aid, Oliver. Mornstar once belonged to the Wizard King, said to have power to overcome any enchantment. Must surely include the Black Briar that protects Shadar. Fortunately, however, the wand you have in your possession is not complete. Yeah, not complete. What are you on about? Mornstar's true power is beyond most wizards' comprehension. So powerful indeed that the ancient king who created it decided that its power should be divided between 3 magical stones. These 3 stones were then sealed away, far from the wand itself. So we need to go find them, right? Yes, but I have an apology to make in that regard. Huh? Why? What have you done? A map detailing the locations of 3 stones was once in my possession. I am afraid, however, that it has been stolen. Stolen? While I was broken-hearted, I must confess that I became rather neglectful of the palace's treasures. Books and maps would often disappear. To my shame, I actually observed several such thefts and did nothing. Sounds about right. I found it hard to care about anything much when I was broken-hearted. Well, this is a bit flippant rum. If the thief who pitched the map used it to get a hold of the stones, what do you think he's going to do with them? I do not know. What I do know, however, is the identity of the thief. His name is Kublai. He styles himself King of the Sky Pirates. Kublai, of all the people to tangle with. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I should have known you two would be thick as, Anyway, I don't suppose you know where he is, do you? That's the thing with sky pirates. You never know where they are. They're always moving from hideout to hideout on these giant airships. Be that as it may, locating Kublai is still the easiest way for you to recover the 3 magical stones. He's very unlikely to cooperate peacefully, however. I'd better teach you some new spells, Oliver. Ward. Use. Insight. Certainly be doing a lot of traveling on your search for Kublai. Therefore, let me grant you one last spell. This is the one we needed! This lets us fast travel to towns. What does it do, your Markison? Instantly transports you to any location you have already visited. While I'm unable to accompany on your travels, I can at least make them pass more comfortably. That's great. It means we can come and see you any time we like, Markison. Indeed. Be sure to use it to return to some other place you have visited on your journey and find out what has changed. If you visit the Temple of Trials, for example, you'll now be able to take part in the Solaceum series, organized by my old teacher, Solomon. We saw mention of that earlier. We could probably poke it in a bit. Oh wow, I'd almost completely forgotten about Solomon and the Temple of Trials. First priority, though, is to find lie, king of the sky pirates. Come on, Oliver. Next chapter of adventure starts here. Sure does. Let's go. So there's a few things we're going to do before really pushing on the story. Do I need... No, I don't. Actually, I need to switch some creatures around to see if I can finish up a quest that's here. We're going to do some side questing, and I want to go back to near where the start of the game was if I can, and see what happens if I talk to Father Oak. No, we don't want to go to the entrance to Hamlin yet, though that is convenient. Let me check something. Got a few people with pieces of heart we might be able to use. Who's down here? Is it someone I can do something with right now? At the end of my tether. What is it? What's the matter, sir? You don't look too happy. To help my every waking hour to inventing new machines, to doing my bit to hasten the majestic march of progress. I know there are limits to what man can achieve, but I simply cannot trust my feckless assistants. Can't do it all on your own. You need other people to help you. Well, I could afford the luxury. If I were to leave my assistants to their own devices, they would steal my data and sell it to the highest bidder. And I feel kind of sorry for those assistants of his. Well, I convinced them to give him a chance. Save your breath, Ollie boy. This fellow here is broken-hearted, and it's belief that's in short supply. If we don't help him out, he'll go treating his poor assistants like dirt and scupper his research in the bargain. We'll take this on. Come on, Mr. Drippy, let's help him get his research back on track. It's confused. Now we just need to find ourselves a bit of belief. Didn't I? Okay, what's the guy way over here got? And is it something I can take right now? Wait, first things first, free item. Okay. Oh, hey, the masks are off. That's where I love to join you. What did you... Yeah, this guy we talked to, he has restraint. But we can't take it right now because we already have some. Myself and my wife's bad books, I'm afraid. She lost her temper and threw me out of the house. Oh, you have something for us. Jeepers, that's no good. What made her lose her temper? Well, for years we've always celebrated our wedding anniversary together, just the two of us. But this year I had to work, and she didn't like that one little bit. So here I am out in the street. Trouble in paradise, seems like? Oh, it's nothing serious. It will all blow over. She's a bit sad about spending our anniversary apart, but I don't think she's really angry. She's a wonderful wife, even if she sometimes has trouble expressing her feelings. Look, the locket is glowing. Crikey, I think we found ourselves a heart filled to the brim with belief, which we need right now. Sorry to trouble you, mister, but I was wondering if we could ask you a favor. Favor, you say? Certainly, why not? Now that I'm out on the street, I have precious little else to do. Thank you very much, mister. We take heart. Say, are you some sort of wizard? Well, whether you are or not, you made my heart feel light as a feather. Okay, now we can double back and hand that one quest in. Okay, we give heart. Give him some belief. Must have been daydreaming. How could I when there is research to be done? I can't believe it. Can't leave it all to my faithful assistants. Well, sir, it looks like we got your belief back. My memory is rather hazy, but I feel certain that you've done something important for me. I must show my gratitude if you do me the honor of accepting this small token. There's a couple people with some extra bits of heart we might be able to take. If I could find someone to dump the excess restraint on so I can pick up the other one, that would be a boon. The new technology is far from easy, but it is deeply rewarding. Sure, it sure sounds like you love what you do. What are you working on right now? Well, might you ask, I'm afraid I cannot work at present. Huh? Why not? It's my chief engineer. He came into the laboratory the other day and told us he had decided to abandon his research for good. What would make him do something like that? I have not the faintest idea, but I'm sure it will all work out in the end. He's always a man of vision, and this can't change overnight. Someday he'll dust off his lab coat and return to his research. Mr. Driffy sure does have a lot of belief in his boss. Spot on there, Ollie boy. Couldn't do us a bit of a favor, could you? You say? Well, I don't see why not. Tell me what I can do for you. I'd like you to share your belief with others. Don't worry, it's not as weird as it sounds. Just hold still a moment. And that replaces the belief we just took. Oh, I feel rather peculiar. Thank you very much. Hope you get back to work soon. No doubt I shall be back to work before long. Let's check Swift Solutions for bounties and jobs. Oh yeah, there was a bunch of bounties here we didn't get to do because we ended up traveling back in time. There's someone in Automina. Something way back in the, somewhere up on Old Smoky at the Summerlands. South of the Den of the Sky Pirate, so close to where we're going next. And Russet Isle, which we saw earlier. We're going to be doing a lot of running around for the rest of this stream. Okay, got some stuff at Ding Dong Dell. Something at Alma Moon, Castaway Cove, and a couple other things at... I gotta check the forest west of Hamlin. We've got stuff to do, and that might actually be the rest of our stream now. Because I told myself I'm going to complete every quest I can. Meanwhile, let's see what we can complete around here to thin the list a little. Starving, but I am at a critical juncture in my work. I shall control... Okay, I talked to this guy already. But we can't take his restraint because we already have some. Oi, you in the cape. Just where in the world do you come from? Me, sir? Where do I come from? Well, you see, the thing is... Can't give you a straight answer, huh? I've got it. You're a spy, aren't you? Huh? A spy? No, sir, that's not it at all. It's quite enough of your back chat. I know a spy when I smell one. Hold on, you're another one, aren't you? I've uncovered a whole spy ring. You're accusing the High Lord of the Fairies of being a spy. Lovable character like me. Enough of your chatter. You're not from Hamlin, therefore you're a spy. End of bleeding story. No, knickers. Either the guard's broken-hearted or I'm a flipping spy. This suspicious so-and-so's lost his belief on principle in it. If we don't do something, we'll be in proper pickle. Fortunately, we already picked up more belief, so... Jeepers, what if he stops letting people through the gate? I have to find him some belief. Which, coincidentally, we have. I say, what in the world have I been doing? Neato, looks like you're back to normal. Sorry I doubted your intentions. I don't know what came over me. Way of apology, I'd like to give you this. This is also doing us a favor by filling out some stamp cards. Now you, I think we... I am very sure the familiars we needed were... Oh, right, it scrolls down very far. Was Tin Man, Jackrabbit, and Clinkety Clank. If I'm wrong on one, it's probably the Jackrabbit. Let's see what happens. Here that you have successfully identified both a large and small mechanical creature. I think you'll find that what you're missing is a brown cog-shaped creature. Goes without saying that will not suffice to simply stash the specimen in familiar retreat. Let's bring all the creatures to me together, right? I mean, I'll take a quick look, but... They're all ones that are around here, so... He might mean the monoliths that are outside of town. I'll have to look into that. Oh, is this a shortcut to the back part of town? Yeah, okay. Well, we got 2 out of 3 in that last stream, so that's good. Well, you're off hunting for that ingredient. Also continue. All right, the forest to the west is where we can get the feel-good fungus. We should do that while we're here. That and pick up the missing creature before we go traveling around the world with fast travel. Powdered old corn, yeah. Oh, it's good to see you all again in one piece if those old eyes don't deceive me. Not you, must be you then. It's nothing quite like an honest day's work, except for an honest afternoon nap. Feeling rather sleep. Oh, wake up, you idle lump. I pay you to work. Come on, chop chop. I'm sorry, Governor. What's got into you lately, sleeping on the job? I ask you any more... Any more of that nonsense, you'll be... Or the high jump. Right, Governor. I'll roll up my sleeves and work hard, I promise. This man is a mood. Hey, wake up, mister. Your boss will fire you if you don't. Wait, you, do you want his job or not? Yes, I love my work. It's just that when I get sleepy, I can't resist. I've got it. What Sleeping Beauty's missing is some good old-fashioned restraint, which we have. He keeps hitting the sack, he'll end up getting the sack. So what's the plan, Ollie boy? Can't let him lose his jaw. We have to help him. No time to lose, man. Let's restore his restraint and fast. So we talked to him, so we were allowed to give heart. And we already know someone where we can get restraint in this town, so that'll handle that. Huh? Oh, what was I doing? It's a place of work, not a hotel. So you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at last. I was worried you'd snore me out of business. There'll be no more of this napping nonsense. I'm ready to pull my socks up, roll up my sleeves, and get to work. Oh, you gentlemen, my thanks. This isn't much, but I want you to have it. I bet I can spring lock on this now. No, not yet. Oh, free item. Here's a guy who had spare restraint. I say, I never felt so hungry in my life. My stomach thinks my throat's been cut. Without some nourishment, I will surely collapse, and what good would that do my research? I do declare it is time to dine. I think that's for the best, sir. Sure hope you enjoy your meal. Thank you. I've learned a valuable lesson today. Too much restraint can be bad for one's health. You know, it's kind of interesting. Usually when we take someone's heart, they get more revved up for whatever it is we took. This is the first, I think this is the first time we took a piece of heart and the guy decided, okay, I'll slow my roll a bit. Oh, and, oops. I just want to make a save before I leave town. Because we've done a good bit of stuff so far. So they said west. Okay, we can see the bounties on screen now. I'm thinking the west is that little bit of woods over there. I want to see if I can get the feel-good fungus first while I'm still thinking to go look there. I think I'm seeing it up ahead. Oh, they're starting to run. That's good. This what we need? No. Oh, you can enter this. Wrong button. I bet you'd make good use of this. Which in turn means I can pass this down to you. Actually... No, you're something else. Here. Oh, hey. Can I give help? Sure hope so. We're actually looking for a feel-good fungus. I heard you have some here in your forest. Feel-good fungus. I know where you can find it. Gee, really? So, would you mind telling us? Forage feel-good fungus. Dangerous. You find only on top of a big tree. Only my people can go. I get for you. Oh, really? Sure is kind of you. But I have a request. Oh, sure. Can we do for you, miss? Special food. I want karakik. Karakik? Feel her many rumor. It's very, very tasty. Swap for feel-good fungus. One karakik, one fungus. Alright, it's a deal. We'll be back with your, thing before you know it. One cake. I'll swap. What karakik is, Mr. Triffy? Yeah, it's gonna be puzzling all. Stands to reason it might be an item, though. Well, have a rummage through your bag and see what you can find. It's probably a carrot cake. But I think I gave all those already. So we might have to go back to a town and find a place selling them. Okay, so we know where it is, but we can't do anything about it just yet. Hello!
Let's go! Here goes!
We're also looking for something that looks like a brown cog. Which I'm thinking might be the monoliths if I can find one again. Hi, buddy. Take on the Steam Man? No problem.
No slacking, you lot. Here go.
We want to get rid of the little guys first. You know what? Yeah, okay, you're actually doing damage. Oh, it ended. Okay, that's one bounty down. And we'll just have to heal ourselves up from that. Just out of curiosity, how much does travel cost? Just one, it's cheap. Okay. Okay, I see the thing we're looking for. Then I might just fast travel back to town. Take on the Fug? Sure.
Fancy your chances, do you? Here goes.
Interestingly, he's alone. You know what? Get the big horn out for the resistance. Oh, you don't hit them that hard. Man, this thing's tough. Okay, we gotta change. Let's go ahead and throw the dragon at him. Oh, we're dead. We're not. Well, that got awkward.
What can I say? It's a gift.
But that's another bounty down. Also, because it's quick, we're going to travel, and we're going to go back to Hamlin. This is the Temple of Trials. I said to go to Hamlin. Though we do want to go back to the Temple of Trials eventually. Okay. I don't want to bother handing in the bounties till we got all three of them. Do you know? Let me look it up real quick. Okay, they need what's called a Sprog cog. Hmm. Let me see. Does it say where they are? Looks like they're down by the shoreline, so... Yeah, we save our progress. The odds of getting anyone from earlier is low, so we're probably going to have a number of fights on our hands. Makes me glad we got the first two already. Okay, we just want to go more or less straight south. Wrong way, you want to go this way. Oh, hey, we can use this bridge. Useful. Wait, I think I see what we want up ahead, or at least... Nope, not you. You, however... No, don't run! So I'm going to have to fight these things until I finally get one. Yeah, it didn't work.
What can I say? It's a gift.
There's another one. Nope, not that one.
Stay calm now. Here goes. We won!
Think I see the bounty we're trying to get at. Vivus Maximus? Okay.
Here goes nothing.
Actually, we should use some provisions. Do I have anything? This will do the job. I like how strong the Griffin is because this guy's doing 30 damage despite the resistance. He's out damaging the guy who doesn't have that problem. Okay, we're starting to change. Let's bring the big horn out. Who can barely do any damage, but he's defensive enough to hold the line. Okay, switch back to the might. Oh, he's gone. Oops. Oh well.
Stay calm now. Here goes.
Let's just run around, grab some stuff. Okay.
Leave it to me.
You're not the one we want, but we'll take you anyway.
You did it.
Okay, that's kind of funny. We'll take Trapeze. Oh, there's one of the Sprague cogs I needed. Gotta remember to top everyone off.
Nice work.
See a cog up ahead. Let's go get it. Nope, nope. Get back here.
Let's go. Here goes.
You know what? Let me look it up again real quick. I want to see if there's a better place to find Sprog cogs, because they seem to be... Let me look it up. Yeah, they're actually... It looks like they're found more commonly closer to the fairylands, maybe. The fairgrounds. So... let's hand in my bounties, and I'll go back to the fairgrounds and see if I see more of them around there. Also, I gotta check the item store while I'm here. Item shots up ahead. I'm pretty sure what that woman wanted in the forest was a carrot cake, so let me see if I can buy one. Not here. I'll have to look around a bit. You know what? At this point, we're done here, so why don't I just go to the fairy ground? Oh, whoop. Yeah, there's some cogs. Nope, quit running. Two of them, so they're more common here. Not what...
Are you ready?
Is that it?
Tyke... Oh, that is perfect. Tyke Myson, come along. Okay, I see another... Nope, nope, quit running.
Come on! Here goes! It's my turn.
Not what I wanted, but you can come along.
We won!
Yeah, Prodder works. Oh, hey, there's something up here. Not you. Hey, can I go into this cave that's down here? Oh, yes I can. And it's full of crabs. I could probably talk to him if I want to blow the mana on it, but no thanks. What's this over here? Rings a bell.
We can do this! Here goes! We did it!
This is always the tricky part when you need a specific familiar. Actually, if I duck in and out, that'll probably put some encounters out for me. Oh, wait, you're what I needed to fight.
We're under attack! Here goes!
Actually, it looks like I can fight almost any old thing I encounter and I might come across one.
Watch this! Here goes! Nice flash!
Oh, hello! Now you get back here.
Let's go! Here goes!
What can I say? It's a gift. goes nothing.
Here goes!
Ready?
There we go. I saw another one show up ahead, so...
We did it!
Okay, got a couple of them up ahead. That's useful.
We're under attack! Here goes!
Is that it? Here goes nothing.
Here goes!
Hmm.
Is that it? Fancy your chances, do you?
Here goes!
Better luck next time.
Okay, I see one over there.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes!
Not what we wanted, but we take it anyway.
Are you ready? We did it!
Yeah, Mo works.
nothing.
Here goes!
Is that it?
And if I let them scare off, it'll spawn new ones that are hopefully more what I need. Hello? Oh, there's a cog.
Come on, you guys! Here goes!
Is that it?
Okay.
Here we go! Here goes!
Annoyingly, there's no way to make familiars more catchable, and it's pure RNG if it wants to give it to you. So the only thing I can do is keep picking these fights until it feels like cooperating.
Here we go! Here goes! Neo!
Yeah, I think when I looked up a better place to find them, they said it's only like a 6% chance of one actually catching one after you defeat it, which is kind of nuts. That said, this has been unusually bad. The last time I had to do this, it went a lot faster.
Fancy your chances, do you?
Here goes!
The good news is this is for the about 16 hours I'm into this game. This is really only the second time they demanded I go catch a bunch. And there's only one other quest I know where I needed a specific familiar, so they're rare. It's usually pretty rare it demands you do this. It's just when it does, it's just, ugh. Although, if you mentioning that perk from Stamps... Let me go have a look, because I have plenty of quests to do right now for a lot of stamps, and if the perk's something within reach, now would be a good time to go get it. So let's go have a look. Oh, wait. Take this fight.
Let's do it! Here goes!
Is that it?
Sounds like something's nearby, and it sounds like, yeah, it's one of the cogs. They make this weird kind of clanking sound when you're near them, so...
No slacking, you lot.
Here goes!
No good.
Better luck next time.
Okay, let's head into town, and I want to check for a couple things. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, got a cake and some crunch. I need a cake and 3 crunchy carrots, huh? And then I could just make one, so... Do I have a cake? I'll have to look into that, but I can get the carrots here, so that's a start. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, wrong button. Okay. Don't see a way to make the cake, but I could make the carrot cake if I could just get a cake. What else did I want to check while I was in here? Oh yeah, I wanted to check Swift Solutions for a moment. Is that here? Let's claim our bounties. I still don't know what controls you getting bonus stamps. It just sort of happens. But this is doing us a favor by getting us a butt ton of cards. And now I just want to see merit awards. We don't have access to it now, but jackpot sounds useful. And Cracker Jack sounds like it would be a good one to get next. We'll deal with this stuff the stuff that's here a little later. For now, I still want that damn cog to get this quest over with.
Here we go! Here goes!
Could one of you guys cooperate, please?
Stay calm now! Here goes!
Fancy your chances, do you?
Here goes! We did it!
At least they're common enough that I'm getting fights with them readily. It's just someone's got to cooperate eventually.
Better luck next time. Fancy your chances, do you?
Here goes!
We got it, we got it, we got it, we got it, we got it. You, get the hell in here. Oh, thank God. Good news, guys. I can get back to playing the game now. Oh, we are definitely keeping this thing. Welcome to the team, Kago. Wrong button. Not Gateway. Now we want to travel back to Hamlin. Drop off the jackrabbit. And we pick up the Sprog Cog. Good news, buddy. Sorry to keep you waiting, Derwin. Are these critters you were after? Simply marvelous. Science salutes you. Gaze at their cold and organic beauty. Behold the dull gleam of their bodies. They're perfect specimens. I cannot go up with them gormlessly all day. I must collect data, and lots of it. Derwin. It's no use. He's away with the fairies, Ollie boy. Nothing but creatures on his mind, that one. Oh, apologies. I was momentarily absorbed in matters which are too complicated to explain. Please accept this for your services to science. Where do we gotta go for quests right now? I guess we can go back to the fairgrounds. Ooh, but first actually, you know what? Save it. Go on and jump up, Biscuit. Come on. Go on, big guy. You can get up there. You've done it. Is this in your way? Is that it? Go on, big guy. There you go. First things first, we could use a patch up. And a save after going through all that madness. Last thing I need now is to have something stupid happen. Please stop making a nest out of my blankets, Biscuit. Just lie down. Just lie down. Okay, you can lie down on the giant blanket blob. That's fine. I feel proper rotten, man. Got shivers and everything. You okay? You look kind of sick. Got this from jumping in the river when the villagers got born, earned it. Bingo. Got carried away, didn't I? And now achoo! Did you take some medicine? I ain't got none, have I? I can't go foraging for ingredients in my state. Hey, you couldn't be a pal and get them for me, could you? I might actually have them already. I've been gathering random junk for a while. Tell man, I owe you one. Don't be daft. We fairies have to stick together, ain't it? Where are these ingredients, then? See now, we'll need a bunch of booster shots, a bundle of slumber knot leaves, and a bottle of spring water. Tidy, we'll be right back. Sorry to keep you waiting. I had them already. Wrote the ingredients for your medicine. Ta, now I can finally get better. When I am, I'm not jumping in that river again, and that's just a promise. Well, I guess it was kind of a big moment, but maybe you shouldn't do it again. No danger of that one. Don't worry. Here, should make up for the trouble of getting them ingredients. That's enough to claim another of the, I should have 3 stamp cards now to use. What have you got? Is it something I can take? Feels like there's less and less of us a lot every year. Tragic it is. What am I saying? They'll come back. If I don't believe that, who will, eh? I ain't giving up just yet. Well, you sure do seem determined, Mr. Fairy. What is it that you won't give up on? What are you... Who are you when you're at home? Don't suppose it matters. Let me explain. You've heard there's less fairies these days than there used to be, ain't it? Sure, I don't know the exact details, but I heard that they went to another world or something. There's well-informed you are. Not bad for a little. It's because it's harder to live by here in this world than it used to be, and there's all creatures going nuts and bad vibes and that. Terrible it is. Ain't it, though? Tries the patience something rotten. I ain't giving up on our world just yet. One day peace will return and the fairies will fill the forest and fields once more. Here, Mr. Driftbeat, there's some real strong belief, huh? Give that one to me, Ollie boy. Oh, you. Give us a line of your belief, will ya? What my belief? Oh, the old take heart trick, is it? That's the one. Ollie boy here might look like a litly, but he's actually sort of a wizard. Sort of. Crow, I ain't seen a wizard in a donkey's years. Go on then, help yourself, lad. Oh, gee, thanks. Tidy. Well, my heart will go on to help many souls in need. Oh, God, you again. Where'd you lose it now, buddy? Oh, I say, how jolly lovely to see you again. Who'd have thought we'd end up meeting in a rumpy old place like this, hmm? Nice to see you too, sir. How'd you wind up here? Well, I chartered myself a ship to old Otomina and spied this place from atop the crow's nest, as it were. Looked rather jolly, so I thought I'd take a look. Oh. Here you go, Riley. He was looking up at the bed, unable to jump on it. You've done that before. What's keeping you off it, huh? Okay, you can lick my hand. Lo and behold, I find myself in a town full of fairy folk. Really ought to jot down my first impressions. What? Let's see now. Oh, bother. You're kidding me, right? Wish I were old stick, but I rather seem to have mislaid my diary yet again. I am a most insufferable blockhead. Really flipping off. This is the third flipping time. I fear it is, yes. Do you think you might be able to help a silly old sausage out one last time? Why do I have the sinking feeling this is not the last time? Sure, leave it to us. Marvelous. Tally-ho, what? Tahiti ain't too big. One half-decent clue should put us on the right track. Let me see. I did happen to cross a little corker of what one might call a grotto or cave in my wanderings. We've been there. It's the one full of crabs. Yes, took the weight off the old plates of meat with the aid of a fallen log and jotted down a few choice ponderings. Very pleasant. Cave? Never seen a cave around by here. Still, if you say so, let's go have ourselves a goosey gander, shall we? Someone over here needs some... Oh, it's you two again. Can't take it. This force is... It's just too much. Don't pull yourself together, please. Why are you so frightened all of a sudden? Hi there. Something wrong? Oh, it's you. You have to help. My husband's having yet another funny turn. Don't know what it is, but I'm petrified of traveling all of a sudden. Don't think I can go on the peddler if I stay like this. Seems... Yep, broken-hearted. This time it's courage he's lacking. No, there's nothing for it, I suppose, than being old friends of ours and all. Best help out, huh? Courage, Jolly Boy. That's what we need. Let's go get it. Wrong button. Let me check the log real quick. Am I carrying any? I have belief, enthusiasm, and restraint, so I gotta find some courage. Nickersman, why can't I stop myself? Something the matter? You seem kind of upset. You're right, flipping end. I love making people laugh, see? And I've been all over doing comedy in that. Raise smiles from here to Winter Isles, I have. And what exactly is so tragic about that? Just getting to that, aren't I? The thing is, recently, see, I just can't help coming out with jokes in completely the wrong situations. You need restraint, and we have some. The other day, I tried doing a funny when I went to visit my buddy who's laid up sick in bed, and before that, it was at a proper important meeting. Yeah, it doesn't sound too good. Can't help myself. Just comes out whatever comes into my head. They're going, no, not now, not now, not now. But before I know it, it just happens. I think I see the problem. Heartbroken you are. Had your restraint stolen in it. Have I now? That makes sense, I suppose. Don't worry, Rickon will help you out. What do you say, Holly boy? Yeah. Tell you, don't forget now, it's restraint we need and plenty of it. Or that's a proper funny feeling it is, but nice, mind you. So, you feel any different? Do you know what I reckon I do? Don't feel like blurting out jokes willy-nilly anymore. Tell him on, the puffer sorted me out. Here, to say thanks, like. Did I do something wrong, sir? Real sorry if I offended you. Shut up, man. What are you apologizing for? It's not your fault old zip-lip ears refusing to open his trap, is it? Oi, you! What's your problem? Nothing personal-like. I just don't see the point in all that how-do nice weather we're having. Rubbish is all. You don't see the point in paying your customers the most rudimentary of courtesies. Flipmon, what kind of flipping shopkeeper are you? Calm down, Mr. Drippy. No, not flipping. Calm down. You're a disgrace to the fairy race, man. I've never seen such a disgusting display in all my long years. Well, hang about. He's probably heartbroken, ain't it? Lost his kindness or something. We don't have kindness right now. Right, he probably has, huh? Shall we help him get it back? Flipping right, we shall. Immediately from my fairy cards need? Never. One supersized portion of kindness coming up. As soon as I can find... Oh, what's this person want? Knickers and Flip, I'm going to have to skip town run. Skip town, are you in some kind of trouble? Yeah, what's it to you, big ears? We fairies don't take kindly to eavesdroppers, you know. Oh, sorry, Mr. Fairy Sir. I'll forget I heard anything. Nah, man, you're involved now. You have to help me. Well, but I don't know what you did. We're going to ask you to do something... Excuse... Bad, are you? Won't be daft. All it is I've gone and lost my buddy's whole slapstick collection stolen. Stolen? Gee, how'd it happen? Well, I wanted to try my hand at a spot of the old slapstick humor, see? So I borrowed a few slapsticks from my buddy and went off in the woods for a bit of practice, like. Then these beasties jumped me, and next thing you know, there I am, completely flippin' slapstickless. My buddy finds out that's the end of our comedy duo. It's curtains for certain. Give us a hand, man. There's a pal. Get all 3 slapsticks back for me, would you? Get them back in time. He'll never know I nicked them. Borrowed them. In it? Come on, you're an absolute lifesaver. So do you remember what kind of creature stole slapsticks? Yeah, wishing wambats they were. Ran off looking proper pleased with themselves, cheeky little blighters. Guess that's really like slapsticks, huh? Why not give them up too easily? Exactly, that's why you have to blind them first. Then they won't be able to stop you taking the loot back off them once you beat them. Oh, we did a quest like this. Do I have anyone who can cast blind? Blind them, beat them, get them all... Bring back all 3 slapsticks. Piece of cake, now get to it. Okay, the Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud does blindness, and to make it easy, I'm going to put it on Oliver so I don't have to switch around too much to get him out. We'll go to the cave, and if we find any bats on the way, we'll just take the fight. Worst case scenario, I have to muck around outside town a bit, but this will be far easier than trying to catch those that cog was. Yeah, we got 2 bats on screen now. Oh. No, don't want you. You can go.
No slacking, you lot! Here goes!
We only got to kill the one. I think if you kill them all blind, it's a guaranteed drop, though. Yeah, there's one. Now get back here so I can kick your butt. Darn it. Not you. Now, did he go into the cave?
Here!
Oh, hey, I see that now. Here's a fallen log. Hey, look, there's something on the floor over here. Looks like a gentleman's diary. Reckon you're right, Ollie boy. Let's have a look now. Oh, knickers, it's soaking wet, Mom. It really is, huh? You can still read it, just about. I guess it should be okay. Right, let's go bother some bats.
nothing.
Here goes!
It didn't take. You know what? We'll take them.
It's my turn.
I don't think we have any of these, so we'll take one.
You ready? Nice work.
Genie. That's clever. We'll take it. You know what? We only have the one because nobody got blinded, which is somewhat annoying. Okay, I see a bat up ahead. Darn it. That was not a bat, but nope.
Fancy your chances, do you?
Here goes! Nice work!
That's the hard part. They're fast when they run, so catching them is not easy. Please get scared and leave. We need someone else to show up. Darn it. That'll do.
Here goes nothing.
Here goes!
Ready?
No good. They took it out.
What can I say? It's a gift.
Oops. Well, if I'm lucky, they'll have one. But they don't.
No slacking, you lot.
Here goes!
Ready?
Neo!
I'm gonna wait till it turns its back, because then I can come up behind it and... Hi! We fight now!
Here we go! Here goes!
If we're lucky, that actually counted. It didn't. How annoying. Hmm. No, get back here, get back here, get back here. Darn it. Okay, chase some guys off to keep re-rolling who's here. Actually, it's like 10:50. Wait. There's a bat. Okay.
No slacking, you lot.
Here goes!
Okay, we got him. That's killed while blinded, so that's 2 out of 3.
Nice work!
You know what? It's 10:57. I'm going to go stop at the inn, save, and call it a night. When we get back to this Thursday, the first thing I'll do is try to get that third slapstick, and We'll probably be doing a lot of side quests on Thursday. No, wait, not Thursday, Friday. I had to cancel Thursday because I've got family coming home from their little trip to Georgia, so I don't want to be streaming in case they show up in the middle of it. I should go say hi, and the dogs will go nuts, so instead I'm doing it Friday, and Saturday I am going to be playing Mech Warrior with a few people. So that ought to be awesome. I'm finally doing a collab. Woo! Meanwhile now, we save a game. And we gotta go find someone to raid. Let's see, who's doing something interesting right now? Oh, wow. Captain Clever's streaming. That's a rarity, so we should go see him. Looks like he's doing Commander Keen right now. So, yeah. Friday, I will be continuing No Kuni. It'll probably be a lot of side quests, at least at first. Saturday is Mech Warrior. What was the last one? The Suffering hasn't been canceled yet. It's just on pause while I shake things out. I want to see how scheduling for the collab is going to work going forward. Maybe I can bring it back next week. Otherwise, it might have to wait a little while. But I do want to go back and beat it. Meanwhile, let's go say hi to Captain Clever. See everyone Friday.